Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and while I'm trying to get over my losing streak slump in Balatro, I thought I would show off something else that I'd been meaning to play for a while. This is, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, and very much the evidence that anything can be turned into a roguelite at this point. Now, hello, excited bird. I know, I'm excited too. I've actually been looking forward to this one. Now, this is not a new title by any means. It's actually been out for a little while, but even on Steam, but even before Steam, it was available on the Apple Arcade, and then basically just removed from the app. Well, I don't even know if removed is the right word. I think it just got bounced around a little bit. So, right now, my only real complaint about the options menu is that there isn't just a dedicated master volume slider, but otherwise, we're good to go. Now, I've heard that this game plays very similarly to Hades, and if that's the case, then I am down. I love how Hades plays. And even games like, I remember Nigate Tale when I finally got my hands on that after it came out of early access. It's like, yeah, the game has a lot of problems. It really does. But the idea that it plays like Hades still kind of saves it, in my opinion. So, yeah, very much looking forward to this. Would I like to skip the tutorial? I'm actually going to not skip the tutorial because I want to know what the game is like. Also, I just realized that I'm currently recording my cursor just sitting there on the screen, and I guess it's never leaving, so...
If I'm gonna be the leader Master Splinter wants me to be, I have to focus. Train harder. Wish the others were here. They're good, but not good enough. None of us are.
And that's just really...
We need to be better, Ninja.
Okay, so you can actually just hold the button for that?
How can I motivate them? Something's not right. A foot! What the heck are those creeps doing here? Not exactly the kind of training I was expecting. Hold on. What's this?
Oh, hello. Light Shell. Grant immunity to special attacks. Nice. Okay, what the hell is Utrom? I've never heard this word before. Elemental damage using the power of technology. So what, it's technology damage? What the hell kind of an element is that? Do they mean, like, lightning? Is that what that's supposed to be? Electric damage? Alright, well, let's just grab that.
Whoa! I feel... stronger. Not that I'm complaining. Now, let's see if any more of those foot jerks are lurking around. Another ambush, guys? You seriously need to come up with some new tricks. Okay, this is definitely new. Looks like a strange coin. Forget Donnie. Pretty sure I'm gonna need Father to explain all this. Just a little farther. Guys? This is getting kind of ridiculous, don't you think? Your lame sneak attacks followed by me kicking your butts. Deja vu all over again. Ninja style. Another purple thing? Sweet.
Okay, I really need someone to tell me what this Utrom thing is. Alright, well, I'll power those up.
reception shot. I gotta get back. Sensei's in trouble. A trap. I should have known. And these guys aren't messing around like the ones before.
I mean, they might be. You never know.
One of the rats spawned straight from the nest.
Show yourself!
Not so fast. My soldiers have you beaten. Too easy. I could have you destroyed here and now. But your ultimate demise will have to wait. Your family's doom is at hand. You, your brothers, your pathetic fool of a father. Where has your feeble old master wandered off to, I wonder? If you happen to find the rat, do let me know.
Leo? Where did you come from? You're hurt.
I'm good, April. But Father, where is he? What happened?
He's gone, Leo. Some kind of trans-dimensional portal? Maybe transspatial?
It looked kind of like the thing you just came out of, Leo. Where the heck were you?
Training. And then Shredder and his foot goons ambushed me.
I told you guys it was Shredder. I'm gonna recycle that tin can for sure.
Not so fast, Raph. This is big. The way they took Master Splinter and sent Leo back here?
My sons, can you hear me?
Father, is that you? Where are you?
Physically, I know not. Mentally, I speak from across the astral plane. Janine, come. You are injured.
I like how his sword just teleported into his hand.
Master, I got too cocky. Let my guard down. And then Shredder...
Stop. Do not punish yourself, Leonardo. I too was caught by surprise. It appears Orokusaki has new tricks at his disposal.
Yeah, they use his real name.
I do not know.
We're gonna come get you, Sensei, wherever you are. Nothing's getting in our way.
We won't let you down, Father.
I have never doubted your courage nor your perseverance, my sons. And there may be ways I can aid you in this task.
I found this strange coin, Sensei. I thought you would know what to do with it.
Yes, I recognize this. An aspect of dark magic.
Whoa! It disappeared! How is that possible?
I can extend this power to you.
Interesting. So, first of all, I'm very surprised that, you know, they're putting... I mean, I guess magic has always kind of been a sort of... It's not really been a major element of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, for my taste, it's always been kind of like a science technology sort of thing, but that would suggest that I know everything about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and very clearly I don't. But yeah, I guess there's more to that than I thought. To unlock permanent upgrades, there's the roguelite aspect. Oh, and they have multiple levels. Okay.
Should you uncover more of these coins, return them here in exchange for powerful blessings. And always remember your training, my sons.
Father! He's gone, guys. What do we do now?
We stop talking and start smashing, that's what.
Typical Raphael response. Okay, well, the tutorial just leads directly into the levels? That's cool. The sewers. Oh.
If we're gonna get to Shredder, we'll have to make our way back to the rooftops. That's where the foot jumped me.
What are we waiting for? Let's go!
I just hope Father's okay.
We all do, Mikey.
Okay, well, I wanted to change characters, but... What's mode select? Oh. I also, like, this obviously showing my age a bit, but I'm used to the, like, 1980s and, like, early 90s TMNT series, where it almost felt like Shredder was more of a joke than anything else. I remember he was voiced by the same guy who played Uncle Phil, and he always seemed like a whiny little dude, but oh my god, if he hasn't become a serious, threatening dude in other versions of the TMNT series.
Whoa, what is this?
I forgot to tell you guys. I ran into this just before Shredder and his goons ambushed me.
Looks totally powerful, dudes.
It made me stronger, but only for a short time. The power faded when that portal thing returned me to the lair.
Huh, curious. I should call Metalhead and have him run some tests.
No time, nerdling. Take it and let's go get Sensei.
Applies 1 stack of ooze. Alright. Last hit in your attack chain. Alright, let's just do the ooze dash for right now. Interesting. Alright. Mousers!
Dealings with Shredder. Here's hoping it's just business.
Okay, so ooze is essentially poison.
Microchip. I'm gonna give this to Donnie. Let's see what he can learn from it. I'll just keep coming.
Alright, I like. Increases max health by 22. Oh, that's nice. Pick 1 power from a selection of turtle powers for this run. Sure, we'll take that.
But it works.
Doesn't need to be pretty. I actually wanted to play as someone other than Leonardo. I know I have a buddy who really likes Leonardo as a character, and that's totally fine. I have no issue with that, but he was never my favorite turtle. As a matter of fact, of the 4 primary turtles, he was always my least favorite just because of how bland he felt. I know that's unfair to the character, because that's kind of his thing. He's always been the... Dragon points, please. He's always been the very straight-laced kind of like leader, but it was because of how straight-laced and like average he seemed to be is that I never really resonated with him. Also, how do you guys have homing missile properties on your shurikens? That just seems really odd. Also, if I'm not fighting the Rat King at the end of this level, I'm gonna be very upset.
Got any new tricks?
But that leads into how do I feel about the other turtles? So Raphael was always described in the old theme song as cool but rude. And yeah, that's very much the case with him.
That'll help.
I have no issue with that.
Menace is right.
Rat Baron. Oh, where's Rat King? That's what I really wanted.
Crazed thing.
Oh, whoops. I stepped in the crud.
Ow! It burns and stings. At least we won't have to do that again.
Interesting. I can change my tool. And I can also, so I have my pick of the litter here. I think I'm taking the dragon coins. And now I continue talking about the turtles.
Feral rats, take 'em out. No empathy required. See ya.
Well, okay, that's weird, because the overlay makes it look like they should have 2 life bars.
I will use this later.
Okay, so as I was saying, the way that Raphael is kind of shifted from, you know, cool but rude to, like, the big old tough guy, like, again, that kind of makes sense for him, but it also doesn't feel like that was originally what he was supposed to be. But again, I know nothing about how the turtles are in the comics or anything like that, so my big... Yeah, so my... Hold on. Special charges faster. Sure.
Whoa, a portal. Hey, I wanted to learn more about them. I guess now's the chance.
You just gonna walk through it?
Why not? Maybe it'll take us to Father.
Donnie's right. We don't have a lot to go on right now. As crazy as it sounds, walking through this portal actually makes the most sense.
So...
Okay, this ain't too weird.
It looks like some kind of shop.
Yeah. You think they sell pizzas here?
If they do, you better make sure one of the toppings isn't tetanus, Mikey.
That's cool. As long as it's got pineapple and anchovies, too.
Alright, so I better finish what I'm saying because I'm getting highly distracted, and also the idea that the game is fully voiced, it's making it so that I'm not talking as much as I normally would. So I don't know, no issue with oh, they just sell those? Nice. No issue with Raphael. His character makes sense. It's just, I don't know. I've just kind of not been too big on the character as of late, but that still puts him firmly at number 3 for me. I still really like Raphael, and in video games, he's generally one of the better ones.
Scrap for payment? What the heck kind of shop is this?
Junk man wants junk. Kinda makes sense if you think about it.
This chamber, it's closed on all sides.
Great. No stinking exits.
Hold on. Is that Slash?
You're right. It's totally the big guy.
Turtles, be careful. Things aren't what they seem.
Leatherhead?
He just appeared.
Here, mutant. In this fetid sewer with you and the rest of your disgusting ilk. But not for long.
What do you mean?
He made promises. I will return to my natural state. And all that is important is the remedy and its price.
What price?
Your destruction.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was obvious. Not the smartest dude in the world, are you? My displeasure displeases me. See, this seems like the perfect place to put the rat cake, but maybe each level has multiple bosses? Like, that would actually be pretty cool. It seems like one of those things that a lot of roguelites kind of get wrong. Is they don't seem to have much in the way of boss variety. It's like each level only has one boss. And I don't know, that's a formula that Binding of Isaac got right a long time ago. And still gets right. Owie. Okay, this boss fight got more intense as it went on, and I am okay with that. There we go. Where is my health anyway?
For a guy who can't stand himself, Leatherhead sure puts up a monster fight.
That's because he believes he is a monster, Raphael. He is a tortured soul, one that is easily manipulated.
Slash! Let's get you out of there. What? Are those train ties? Oh, this is gonna take a while. What the? Leatherhead's gone! Axe! He's getting hungry.
Slash, buddy! You're free!
How did you end up trapped down here?
I came looking for you and your brothers, Leonardo. There have been bizarre happenings on the surface. Odd creatures appearing seemingly out of nowhere, roaming and terrorizing the streets to the point that the police are enforcing a mandatory lockdown for all civilians.
Dang! Sounds like things are getting cray-cray up there.
I suspected the Foot Clan is somehow responsible, and I came to warn you. But unfortunately, I was ambushed and taken prisoner by Leatherhead instead.
I wouldn't sweat it too much, pal. The whole ambushing and taking prisoners thing's going around tonight. The Foot jumped Leo earlier, and snagged our father, too.
Oh no, Master Splinter.
We
Yes, sir.
think the Foot Clan has father. We're working off some pretty fragmented data at this point, so we can't be 100% certain yet. Whatever's true, none of it is making sense. Leatherhead's never attacked us unprovoked before. I mean, what the heck was all that talk about his natural state?
Don't waste too much brain juice trying to figure it out, Don. Just a matter of time before that scaly kook snapped.
Maybe, but that was definitely a teleporter he used to escape, which totally proves my theory. Shredder's got himself some new high-tech toys.
I don't know. My vote's still on something darker than normal science, Donnie.
Will you geeks shut up about all that computers and crystal balls junk for 2 freaking seconds? You're giving me a bigger headache than Mikey was with all his whining earlier.
Raph's a total jerk, but he's not wrong. We need to quit all this dumb arguing and get going so we can save Father.
That's the spirit, Mikey. I'm confident you'll be successful.
I hope so, big guy. We've never done anything this big without our sensei. I'm getting worried we might not be able to handle it without him.
We gotta get moving. Thanks for all the intel, Slash. It helps a lot. And watch your back down here. You heard Leatherhead. He's not finished yet.
That is correct. Leatherhead is not finished yet, because, you know, he's a boss in a roguelite. He's gonna keep showing up.
Dudes, where'd all the people go?
Last time I saw the docks this empty was when that rusty sewer drain exploded and flooded everything. Ugh. Talk about clearing a place out real quick.
Looks like Slash was right. The authorities have all the civilians hunkered down.
Good, let them hide. Just means nobody's gonna get in the way of us pounding the foot.
Yeah, but it means nobody's gonna help us either.
You might be right, Mikey. Nobody will help us.
Huh?
You'll see. Let's go.
I wouldn't count on that. You guys have friends. Nice. I kind of like the idea of Casey Jones' inspiration. Alright, so back to what I was saying about the turtles. So next up in the lineup is Michelangelo, who I think... there was always something very odd about Michelangelo in the idea that he was always the most undisciplined turtle, but they gave him the most complicated weapon to use.
Bring on the scrap.
That's the thing, nunchucks are not a weapon for the faint of heart. I mean... And you look at characters, well, not characters, but people like Bruce Lee. It's like, yeah, he knew how to use them, but that doesn't mean that they were always the most effective option. I mean, Bruce Lee was kind of a show-off, let's be fair. Get an ooze power. Oh, I like that.
Time to get dirty.
So, on one hand, I always kind of respected that they gave Michelangelo such an interesting weapon choice, especially considering that he never seemed like the right one for such a weapon. But then you see the way he acts, and I mean, if there was a stat that you would dedicate to like a D&D stat, I mean, that you would dedicate to each of the turtles, Mikey definitely gets the dexterity points. I mean, they call him the party dude, which I think is only partially true. I think it's more like he's the laid-back, easygoing one. And yet, I think canonically he's technically the weakest of the four. Like, I want to say that from what I know about the different Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series that have existed, he's never been the one to take down...
Father can help us with this.
He's never been the one to take down the Shredder himself. But... I mean, you never know. Things can change. Sometimes the more laid-back, kind of quicker-thinking attitude is what you need.
Just wear and tear.
And you are right. It is just wear and tear. So I guess what I'm saying is I kind of like Michelangelo just because it's kind of like an underdog story. Also, I find myself really liking kind of more laid-back characters as of late, so, you know, there's always something to be said for that. Oh, whoops.
I'm downed.
Welcome back, gentlemen. Hope the mission is faring well.
Could be worse, I suppose.
We'll find Splinter, Leo. I promise.
Yeah, thanks, April.
Moving on, though. I got tired of the mess around here and decided to toss some of your stuff in an old chest by the dojo. If you need anything before heading out, that'll be the place to find it.
Aw, thanks, April. Mighty kind of you.
Don't get used to it. I got a lot better things to do with my time than to clean up after you guys. Here's hoping you take the overly obvious hint.
Okay.
As depressing as this empty dojo is, I need to see it. To remember what we lost. What Shredder took from us.
Yeah, Shredder, you dick.
Man, it was so great to see the big guy again.
Yeah, and save him from scales for brains, too.
Flash will definitely be a critical asset to have on our side moving forward.
I agree, but he's still got to be careful. So do we. We might have taken down Leatherhead this time, but it sure didn't sound like he planned to stay down.
Why would he, Don? Dude's a glutton for punishment. He gets up again, we'll just give him more of what he wants.
How may I be of assistance, Donatello? The Foot seems to be employing a large amount of stock-gen tech. Hack into this, search for a client list, purchase records, serial numbers, anything that could give us insight into who's really involved. Command acknowledged.
StockGen? Why in the world would Baxter Stockman want to get caught up in Foot Clan business? Especially now that he's mayor.
Money for all we know. Or power. I mean, that's his regular MO, at least. Regardless, let's see what we can learn. Could be more going on here than we first thought.
So now to finish what I was saying, let's move on. Moving on to Donatello, who's always been the intelligent one. Like, again, if there were a D&D stat for Donatello, it would be intelligence, and I've always been kind of a sucker for intelligent characters. Like, I play intelligent characters quite frequently when I play, so... What is this? Oh, okay. Again, very Hades. +1 dash charges. That's a huge bonus. And that's just a straight up revive. Move speed. Oh, and this one you actually need a specific item for. Interesting. Alright, well, I like the idea of additional movement speed. Alright, maximum health, obviously. That's always useful. Health recovery. Oh, now I need one of those things for it. Alright, what is Dreamer Coin? Karai's Pauldrons? So, wait. Okay, there's a lot of different currencies. Holy damn. Marks how many times you've defeated Karai. Marks how many times you've defeated Shredder. Alright. Very interesting. There's actually a lot here. So I guess because I have a sort of affinity for intelligent characters, that's always kind of made Donatello like my number 2. But I always have had a soft spot for Mikey,
Outside of
just
this
because
horrible
it just,
insanity, how goes things, guys?
We found this crazy shop where we can get all kinds of cool stuff to help get Father back.
Crazy's right. You should see the crackpot running that place, April. Calls himself the chairman. Dude's like Fright Night with a stinking feather pen.
He's creepy, all right. But Mikey's not kidding about the items he's selling. Definitely things we could use to our advantage.
Yeah, if you don't mind doing all your shopping in a haunted junkyard.
Well, it's not like the 4 of us can just go to the mall and browse for enhancements, Raph.
Maybe not us, but April could.
Sorry, Raph. I'm more of an online shopper these days.
Then freaky feather guy it is.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely think that there is a lot here, and I will very much enjoy playing this one. And I think to set myself up...
Michelangelo, party of
Improvement!
ninjas rule.
Plus 10%. Okay, so they do all act differently. Alright. So he does high hit count
Father
stuff.
would be pleased.
High damage and mobility and low ability
Bag
cooldowns.
'em and bag 'em.
With a focus on critical damage. Special critical hit chant. Nice. So you can use that to pull yourself towards enemies to take advantage of greater openings.
The way
Nice.
of the ninja.
Only thing better than pizza is more pizza.
There's my guy. See, another thing that I want to bring up is the idea that they gave him the most complicated and difficult to use weapon makes me think that maybe Michelangelo is, stronger than people give him credit for. Like, maybe when it comes to Michelangelo, what you're really looking at here is someone who's highly talented and just either hides it or just doesn't show it readily. I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of copium for wanting the underdog to succeed. Anyways, let's see what your
can
tool
I
is.
say? I take multitasking to a whole new level.
Okay, your tool is ridiculous. He has high health and a focus on utility. Oh, and he restores health.
That's right. I need to get back to the lair to test out a new hypothesis. Strange to see Stockton involved. Maybe this new tech is theirs. Have Baxter Stockman's skills really gotten this advanced? I'm gonna look into it.
Okay, and his skills are absolutely fine. But again, I really like the idea that each turtle does have different stats. Like, even if the gameplay, even if the buttons you press themselves are the same, it does really feel like each turtle does perform differently, and I am a big fan of that. So I'm not even going to call this a first impressions because, like I said, this game has been out a while. So, can't really say that it's, I'm not looking at it because it's new. I'm looking at it because I'm just interested. Hey, it's Casey Jones.
Yo, Case, you getting your butt off the bench and into the game?
You know it, bro. April called me and told me all about Master Splinter. I'm here for you guys.
That's my dude. We gotta hit the streets to get Father back.
The streets? Oh, it's crawling with foot and mouses up there. And some other nasty surprises. But I know a shortcut to Shredder's rooftop, if you're willing to pass through Punk Frog turf.
Punk frogs? Those wartheads get under my shell. Hard pass.
Analyzing navigational data. Casey Jones' proposed route is a straight line to a rooftop access point. And the shortest distance between 2 points is always a straight line.
If it'll get us to Shredder faster, we gotta try.
Maybe you can reason with Genghis. Find some common ground.
And if not, we'll pummel them into the ground.
Yeah, nothing'll stop us from getting my car. I mean, Master Splinter.
Alright, so I believe that's part of the DLC known as the Junkyard Jam. And yeah, I'm not against it, just not entirely convinced that I want to take that route yet.
Ready
Also,
for
what
the
do you
game
do?
plan, Coach?
Weakens enemies from range, gap closing with ferocity.
We're almost to the junkyard. Let's put some hurting on some punks.
Interesting. Admittedly, I do kind of like his fighting style. And there's Leonardo, otherwise known as Captain Boring. Alright, last thing
It's a dirty job, and I'm the one that do it. The docks are a mess, bro. Let me go straighten them out.
Okay, he definitely seems strong. Whoa, that hits a bunch of people all at once. What the heck? Okay, so what Leonardo focuses on is quick utility tools. Nice. And of course we check out Michelangelo now to see what he's all about.
Bro. Sharing is caring. Stressing, dude. Let me get out there. I know I can help.
Okay, he seems like the low damage character, but I'm not entirely sure that's true. Also, what do they mean by multi? Like, what is that? When your attack hits the enemy twice. Oh, seriously? Oh, I see. So yeah, that definitely means that... Okay, his dash attack is also pretty nuts. And what I was saying about technique characters seems to be going true for him as well. He's going to be a difficult character to
Tech is
use.
there. Baxter Stockman skills have really gotten this advanced. I'm gonna look into it.
Alright, so you've got pretty decent melee range, and your... What does your tool do again? So it's basically like an advanced dodge, which means that your whole point is longevity. Okay, I think I've got it figured out, and I think that's gonna do it for right now. So yeah, if you guys were looking for like a good Hades alternative, this seems like one. With each character being as distinct as they are, I think this is gonna be a fun time, but I think that's also going to do it for this look at the game. So thank you guys very much for coming and checking out my work. I appreciate you coming and spending your free time here with me today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.